Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the radiance of this moment. Thank you for the peace that shines upon every single aspect of our souls right now. We choose to reside in this sun, and we choose to eschew anything that is a shadow or darkness and bathe in light. And in this bathing of light, we allow everything to be not only radiant, but full of power, full of encouragement, full of grace. And with this, we see an innate healing happening in our souls, in our cells, and in our systems. And we welcome right now greatness. We choose to release the smallness that human life, Western life teaches us to be, and we choose to embrace the bigness and grandness of a life on this planet right now during this time of pervasive change. And we choose not to sit in the back row, but to sit on stage, to stand on stage, to speak on stage, and to allow the highest good to come forward right now. So if we could just breathe in, and if we could perhaps just right where you are, make some big gesture with your arms and to feel the grandness and bigness of being alive and being seen right now, whatever that feels like to you. And if we could say out loud, hello, I am alive. I am radiant. I am radiance. I am as beautiful as a flower. I am as perfectly constructed as a rose. And I choose to shine. So if we could breathe into that bigness and to allow that difference, that unfolding, that blossoming to take root. If we could feel that act of bigness being a grounding act, if we could just breathe into that, and if we could notice our friend Archangel Michael coming forward and saying to you, yes, yes. So if we could breathe in, and let's say back to Archangel Michael, yes, 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 I am. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. Let's just notice Archangel Michael. If you're standing on a stage, let's let him stand downstage left. If we could just take in a breath and notice him holding space. Let's notice Archangel Gabriel holding space from downstage right. And if we could notice them shining light upon you and also working energetically to connect with every single cell in your body. So if we could just breathe into all that goodness, all that peace, and the love that is here right now. And if we can notice what it's like to exist in a moment where nothing is missed, where everything is seen, everything is heard, where there are no mistakes, there's only perfection. Let's just let that moment happen right now. And if we could notice what it's like to let these two angels see you, for us to see ourselves as beautiful, as radiant, and to take this moment to be encouraged and to encourage ourselves. And if we could say our own names out loud, I am Mark. I am not someone else. I am Mark. So let's just breathe into that definition, that clarity. And if we could say out loud, issuing a denial, if we could say out loud, I'm not confused about who I am. I am Mark. It is safe for me to be me. I allow myself to receive infinite abundance. I allow myself to receive infinite good. I allow myself to bathe in infinite peace. I allow myself to be part of all the good that exists. I allow myself to create new good for myself and others. Wonderful. Let's just take in a breath. And if you and Archangel Michael could switch places, so Archangel Michael standing in the center of the stage and you're standing downstage left, in essence giving him focus, let's notice what Archangel Michael does with having the focus. Standing on stage with you, sharing the stage with you. If we could just breathe into that. And if we could say out loud, Archangel Michael, I celebrate you. And if we could honor Archangel Michael like he were a person, which is easier perhaps to honor than an angel. If we could notice all the millions of people who call upon him every single second of the day, and him always saying yes, 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 him always showing up with his absolute magnificent best. If we could just breathe in and appreciate these qualities about this archangel, all the symbols, all the paintings, all the drawings, the millions of uses of his name. If we could feel all that goodness and just honor him for all of that, for holding those spaces. And with wonderful gratitude, if we could say out loud, thank you, Archangel Michael. Wonderful. And let's indeed just feel and sense and perhaps see Archangel Michael standing on that stage, radiant, full, content, there being nowhere else to be. And by the mere act or mere fact of sharing the same surface, the same space, the same stage as him, let's adopt those same qualities. Being right where you are right now. Feeling the power of presence, your own presence. Feeling the bigness that is here, the bigness of life, the radiance of life. Wonderful. Let's say with Archangel Michael and to Archangel Michael, I am. And if we could hear him saying back to you, you are. So if we could feel that circulation of love, and let's notice like everyone shifting one space over, you taking Archangel Gabriel's place, Michael taking his original space, and Gabriel standing on stage center stage. If we could just breathe in. And let's say out loud, Archangel Gabriel, I honor you. Wonderful. If we could notice Gabriel, who could show up as a female or a male, if we could notice Gabriel doing a dance or movement. And as we notice the strength and elegance of those movements, let's feel the activation that Gabriel's movements produce in every single cell in your body and all systems of your body. And let's say out loud with an I am statement that includes Michael, Gabriel, and everyone. Let's say out loud, I am magnificent. I am radiance. I encourage myself and others. I am grounded in good. My body is balanced. My mind is balanced. My emotions are balanced. My energy field is balanced. I remain in balance. Balance is my truth. Balance is my truth. So if we could just breathe into all that. Wonderful. And with the energy of celebration, if we could once again just notice perhaps just slowly unfurling the arms and taking up a big space. And through really conscious choice, if we could feel the bigness of our lives, the bigness of having a human body, of having a human soul, of having a human incarnation right now, and just to feel the bigness of that. And if we could just notice, essentially glancing at it, all the choices that we have, and perhaps without overwhelm, but with grace, let's notice the choice to be fully present right now. And letting right now anything that feels like sadness to be honored, and to perhaps giving that sadness fresh air. Letting there be movement. Wonderful. As a statement of fact, we can lovingly and affectionately and truthfully say out loud, I am radiant. I allow myself to shine. I am not a shadow or a specter. I am actually alive. Wonderful. If we could notice, like the hero arriving, let's notice Saint Germain landing on the stage. And if we could notice, like a dance, all four of you, Gabriel, Michael, you, and Saint Germain, gathering center stage. And if we could just breathe in and notice Saint Germain contributing to this moment. And once again, him producing the cloak of comfort, which in truth is yours. If we could notice him putting that cloak on you, the cloak of comfort. And from a space of honor and with the pride of a child wearing a treasured garment, if we could say out loud, I wear the cloak of comfort. I allow myself to be comforted. Angst is not my home. Fear is not my home. Comfort is my home. Radiance is my truth. I choose to shine. I choose to be fully alive right now. I embrace the gifts of breath. I know who I am. So let's breathe in. And with that, knowing who you are, let's say a few things out loud. And if it doesn't totally resonate, let's say it anyway. I'm an artist. I'm a dancer. I'm a writer. I'm a teacher. I'm a healer. I'm an intuitive. Their words, I am a duchess. I am a duke. I belong on this planet. I lead the way with love. Wonderful. If we could breathe in. So if we could notice what it's like to let go of some things, if that could feel like if you were going to wipe your brow with a handkerchief and then set the handkerchief aside, if we could notice a gesture of release, whatever that feels like to you. Let's let some things go. Let's not hold on to everything. If we could notice the magnificent ways that our bodies release things, like hair falling out, one at a time, perhaps. And if we could say that as a statement, I don't need to hold on to everything. I fluidly let things go. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in. And let's notice with great joy, you occupying center stage, Michael, Gabriel, Saint Germain, giving you space. And let's say out loud in our powerful adult voice, steady voice, let's say out loud, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. That is my truth. I choose to receive all my gifts. I choose to receive. Wonderful. Like a light or with light, if we could notice, like Deus Ex Machina, the arrival of the gods or the work of the gods, if we could notice light coming to you on this stage with the presence of Mother, Father, God, and illuminating every single part of you, every particle, every cell, every strand of DNA being in the light, every brain cell, every red blood cell, every white blood cell, your heart, your brain, your systems, every single part of you being illuminated, your memories, your thoughts, everything being in the light, your muscles, your ability to move, your cells' ability to regenerate with health. Let's feel that happening right now, a regeneration, healthy cells, healthy outlook. The remembrance that we are already experts in our own pain. We do not need to linger in pain. We do not need to be reminded of the pain. We know. And it's safe for us to focus and train our attention on goodness, on peace, on love, on harmony, and of joy. And let's say a few facts out loud. If we could say out loud, I am joy. I am brand new right now. I am radiant right now. I am being encouraged right now. I am bathed in light. I revel in being bathed in light. I'm not broken. I'm not deficient. I am enough. I am right here. and I embrace all this goodness. I allow myself to receive my infinite abundance. I allow myself to receive help. I allow my dreams to come true. I welcome all of this. Thank you. Wonderful. So if we can notice, having said a lot, having said your piece, let's very simply and graciously let Saint Germain take center stage. Let's notice what he says, whether you see that, feel that, hear that, or know that. And in this moment of bigness, as Saint Germain continues, let's very simply, like housekeeping, like dusting a surface with effortless ease, let's very simply say out loud, I forgive everyone for everything right now. I forgive myself for everything right now. I ask for forgiveness for everything right now. I am radiant right now. I am peaceful and perfect right now. I let myself off the hook for everything right now. I let everyone off the hook for everything right now. I forgive authority figures for everything right now. I forgive industries for everything right now. I forgive governments for everything right now. I forgive my friends for everything right now. I forgive my family for everything right now. I forgive my heroes for everything right now. I forgive God and the angels for everything right now. I forgive myself for everything right now. I forgive. Wonderful. If we can notice freedom, if we can notice the energy of freedom, the state of being of freedom, the lightness, the peace, the bigness of freedom, and the grounding of freedom. So let's notice right now, we'll continue our image or feeling of being on stage with Saint Germain, Michael, and Gabriel. We'll also notice you being right where you are. And right where you are, everything being perfect, you being grounded, you being cherished and treasured, you being encouraged, there being innate and natural self-confidence flowing within you, the heaviness of not being enough, the heaviness of what's not done, being lifted, and great things happening right now, right where you are. And let's notice the choice of using your body. Let's notice the choice of perhaps extending your arms to your sides or up to allow yourself to have a gesture of bigness, that choice, that doing. And let's say out loud, I am enough. I am radiance. I am radiant. I celebrate life. I allow myself to be big. I remind myself that I'm actually alive. I am right here. And I fully participate in my life. I have a place on the stage. I have a place in life. I have influence and impact. They want to reverse that. I have impact and influence in positive ways. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Saint Germain. And to everyone else here right now participating, everyone who'll listen in the future, will say out loud to them, thank you. We share this moment together. And in this moment, we are grand. And we choose to remind ourselves of perpetual grandness. Thank you. Wonderful. If we could take in a breath, and if we could envision the curtain call, you, Gabriel, Michael, Saint Germain, taking a bow, feeling the endorphins that move, the serotonin that moves, all the positive things that move in the body, including blood, including oxygen, moving, and good things happening. And perhaps with a modest curtain call speech, if we could say our own names out loud. I am Mark. I'm so grateful to be alive. I'm so grateful for this moment. Thank you. And with generosity, with peace, with ease, with love, and with joy, we thank the presence of Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this moment right now. And in this moment, we celebrate peace. And in this moment, we identify ourselves as human beings with access to angelic grace. And we celebrate the activation of that angelic grace to forgive ourselves, to be grounded, to be radiant, to be light, to be healed, to be clear, to have clarity, to be happy, to feel empowerment, to be empowered, and to empower others. And we celebrate change on the planet. We celebrate people and countries, nations healing through acknowledgement, getting to grow up. And we celebrate this adulthood, this maturity, radiating throughout the world. And with generosity, grace, and peace, we thank our wonderful guides and we ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.